Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and some more LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga news. Today I want to recap the last week's news as we've gotten some quite interesting details about the game, its accessibility, and some of the options we will be able to select in the game, which makes me very happy because they're basically making the game both easier and harder at the same time. It's all up to us how we want to experience the game, which I think is fantastic to hear. Before I get into the news, I just want to do a quick mention here that if any of you guys play Fortnite and you're planning to pick up the new Boba Fett, Black Chrysanthemum, or Fennec skins, feel free to use creator code BF Updates. I would appreciate it greatly as you will be directly supporting the channel, and obviously that works for all purchases through Epic Games, no matter which games you're planning to pick up. I just wanted to give it a quick mention, but now let's get straight into the LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga details. First of all, the official LEGO Star Wars account posted a couple of days ago a porg. I just wanted to share with you the picture. It looks great. Again, it just shows how beautiful the background environments are in this LEGO game compared to many of the older games. And I didn't ever think I would say that the environment in a LEGO game looks great because, I mean, it's a LEGO game. It's not really the kind of game you play for graphics, but I still think it looks fantastic in this game. Now on to the big news. So TT Games tweeted out recently saying accessibility in games is important and we try to provide an experience that everyone will be able to enjoy. And this refers to a report that Taming Gaming has done in collaboration with TT Games, so everything in this post is confirmed to be official. And I think accessibility is obviously important as that means more people will be able to enjoy the game without issues. And it's a quite lengthy report. I will link it in the description if you guys want to read it for yourself. But there's a lot of details in there that I think is interesting for anyone who plays the game, no matter if you need special accessibility options or not. Because as a lot of you know, they've done some steps to make the game a little bit more advanced and not just so much click, click, click to attack. For instance, they have combos, they have free fire with blaster characters, something we didn't have in previous games. And I've seen some people being concerned that what if you want it to be that super simple? You just want to click like in the old games, you don't want to have to think about aiming. That's, for instance, one of the things that they acknowledged here in these posts. And that's something that they address here, saying that you will have aim assist, which means assistance hitting targets when using ranged weapons. And this can be target lock-on, near target slowdown, on target slowdown, and homing shots. So you basically got everything from having no aim assist at all, you can just aim freely, or you can have homing shots where I'm assuming you can just fire at any direction and they will just hit the enemies. Maybe a little bit how the torpedoes work in the complete saga. So I think it's fantastic to have these levels of help. Maybe if I get sick of using the free fire, I'll just get like the near target slowdown, so it will be a little bit easier, but not go all the way up to homing shots. They also have other stuff such as automatic health recovery, where health automatically recovers over time to make combat easier. And they also say that there are waypoint arrows that are enabled by default to always lead you to your currently tracked objective, with breadcrumb trails aiding the player to the quickest route to reach the objective. Navigation assist enables pressing down right stick to turn the camera towards the closest waypoint arrow leading you to your current objective. Another just thing that makes it easier, and again, you don't have to use this if you don't want to, if you want to find your way yourself. And they've also added visual prompts to the game when a certain character needs to do something, and the game then displays the character you're required to use, and it will display the specific character in your party that you need if you have them, rather than just a character class like previous LEGO games. So a little bit similar to how it works in older games, but maybe making it a little bit more clear. They also say that the game is generally low pressure, however there are some time-sensitive puzzles, a few in story mode but more in the hub world areas that require switches to be hit with a certain time frame. Your progress is tracked within a level, but to save this permanently, you need to complete the level, which may require 10 to 15 minutes of play. When exploring the hub worlds, the game will periodically autosave when you're exploring or collecting items. So I saw a few people being concerned about this because 10 to 15 minutes per level, and then you've got 5 levels per episode, which means 45 in total, which is roughly 8 hours of play. That it sounded a little bit short. But I don't think you have to worry about that because that's not including any of the hub worlds, open world elements, you know, like fighting a Star Destroyer in space. And on another section of the website, they actually do say that playtime, it takes between 14 and 16 hours to play a round of this game. Seeing everything in the game can take players up to 50 hours. So I think that's a very fair number. If you just want to plow through from episode 1 to 9, do all the basic story stuff, expect maybe 14 to 16 hours. But if you want to get 100%, expect around 50 hours, which I think is fair. And I'd imagine that the levels might be slightly shorter than in the complete saga, but I hope they're not gonna feel too short at least. They also do confirm that mouse and keyboard will be in the game. Not really a big surprise, but for me it's more about how it's being used. Mouse and keyboard is kind of crap in the old Lego games, so I've always used a controller, although I am more comfortable with mouse and keyboard, especially if we're gonna have free aim now. As of right now, without free aim, I would just use a controller, but if we get to aim freely, I would love to use a mouse and keyboard, but only if the controls overall are well adapted. Otherwise, I might as well go for a controller, as it was quite painful to use a mouse and keyboard in the Force Awakens game, for instance. And lastly, in regards to co-op, they have again confirmed you can play co-op 1 to 2 players in the same room. But it seems like there will not be online co-op. This has pretty much been confirmed through all of these posts. They always say locally, offline, you can play 2 players on the same console, and obviously you've got the remote co-op feature on Steam as well. But as of right now, I don't think there's going to be any online co-op in the game at all. But one cool feature that they confirm here will be in the game, it's something that's only available on Xbox, which is called Co-Pilot, where basically you plug 2 controllers into the console, but you play as one character. So imagine it a little bit like when you're driving these cars, where you basically, when I took driver's lessons, the teacher next to you still have brakes and throttle if you're about to crash straight into traffic or something like that. That's basically how this works, where one person will be using the controller mainly, but the other person has like an extra controller plugged into the same character, so you can kind of help a little bit with maybe adjusting so you don't fall off a ledge or aiming properly or stuff like that. It will both be helpful for someone who might just be struggling with the game because you're very young or you aren't used to playing games at all, or it could just be a fun feature to play with a friend, to kind of just goof around and have 2 players control the same character. It could probably be a little bit frustrating, but nevertheless, it's only available on Xbox as far as I understand, but it does sound like a both helpful and pretty fun feature to use. But I think that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed it and want to stay up to date with all things Star Wars gaming, especially Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.